Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath. We come to you from a very cloudy Jurassic deck. The sun was out, I swear, until I set the camera up and hit record. I got Captain Tiki over here keeping a weather eye on the horizon so that when it's time to set sail in the yacht, he's ready to captain us out into the friendly waters. But here's the purpose of this video. I've got a lot of new arrivals. I can't call them new releases because a lot of this stuff was released like December, even maybe November for some of this stuff in 2020. But because of that total postal failure, like it's not even a postal slowdown, right? It was like a mail failure. Weeks and weeks delays of people getting packages and stuff. So it's early 2021 and this is just starting to show up. So we're going to say they're new arrivals. I think the best place to kick it off is the shot on video 6-pack from Makeflix. Now, we first talked about this in our exclusive interview with the filmmaker himself, J.R. Bookwalter, the man behind Makeflix, behind Tempe Digital. And that was kind of like an unveiling of what this project was going to be. Super limited. It was only a couple hundred of these that were going to be made, that have been made. And when I looked last, there were like 10 left, and that was hours ago. So I don't even know if there's 10 left by the time you see this. It might be sold out. If you do, this bird wants to order one. If you do go over there and check it out, please let them know that Serial at Midnight sent you. But I thought it'd be fun to just kind of open this up. Listen, I love shot on video stuff. I'm of the video store era. That was how I came to a lot of my entertainment, was via the video store, of course the theater as well, but video stores in the 80s and the 90s were everything. They were everything. And so these movies were made for the video market, and here they are all these years later. Oh my goodness, it's just so incredible that the life that some of these things have. And the rediscovery aspect, 2020, I talk about 2020 being a banner year for physical media that will not soon be repeated, I don't think. Just a perfect storm of conditions, and that storm has led us to things like the shot on video 6-pack. I love the it's like a 6-pack packaging, we'll go through the movies really quick, but I also want you guys to see all the stuff that's included. So number 1, Kingdom of the Vampire. How best to do this? I'll hold this up. I'll turn it over. Hopefully you can see what I can see. Here's our soundtrack. This is the soundtrack for Kingdom of the Vampire, Zombie Cop, the Bad Movie Police segments. There was sort of a, do I want to call it like a repackage, but like a modern packaging of the shot on video 6-pack it was under the Bad Movie Police banner. And so those new kind of wraparound segments where these two gorgeous women cops they were the Bad Movie Police, and they would bust in, they'd be like, hey, you shut this movie down, that sort of a thing. So that soundtrack is included as well. So here's the Kingdom of the Vampire Blu-ray itself. We have reversible artwork. I'm not gonna take the artwork out for all of these, but loaded with special features. It'd probably be easier just to read this. Box set includes 6 individual region-free Blu-rays, 3 restored movies with 5.1 surround mixes, original VHS versions from archival edit masters, live original cast reading of the complete uncut Humanoids from Atlantis screenplay, 3 commentary tracks for each movie. 3 commentary tracks for each movie. There are 6 movies. That's 18 comment. If my math is correct, that's 18. New and vintage extras from the Tempe Vaults, reversible wraps with original VHS artwork, 2 bonus soundtrack music CDs, 3 reversible 10x13 mini posters, 24-page booklet with photos and liner notes, bonus Vimeo on-demand digital streaming code, exclusive packaging limited only to 300 units, and an autograph by producer J.R. Bookwalter. So this is the first one. This is going to be, oh man, this is the second one. And just show you the inside of that really quick. Here's Chick Boxer. This was Zombie Cop, by the way. I didn't even name it. It's Zombie Cop. And here's Chick Boxer. Maximum Impact. This is our 4th film in the series. Do I need to? I'm just afraid I'm going to drop something and I'm going to have to start over. So there's Maximum Impact. Number 5 is Galaxy of the Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs, if you're in Jurassic Park. We are on the Jurassic deck. And Humanoids from Atlantis. And that has our second soundtrack CD for the rest of the tunes, right? But it's not just the films. So we also have this. I don't even want to call this a booklet. This is just like a straight up book, and it is filled with text on the production and the history. Look at the like sketches of the making of these movies. It's exhaustive, right? And I'm going to be, so this just came for me, it just arrived, so I haven't really, I'm familiar with the movies because I do have the movies in other formats, but I haven't really had a chance to really sit down and start going through all these special features. So I'm really excited to see what these look like on the Blu-ray presentations and to check out all those new special features. Here's the reversible posters. And as I say, if you want them going fast. And then here's the last poster with Chick Boxer, which features Michelle Bauer, and Maximum Impact. So I wanted you guys to see it. This is something we were talking about. We were trying to help promote and raise awareness of. Really wanted this to be a success because I have such a heart for independent filmmaking. I mean, in a way, what I'm doing is a certain brand of independent filmmaking, right? I mean, I'm certainly not affiliated with anybody, and I don't know, I just have a real heart for that, right? So let's see if I can get this back in without damaging it. Okay. So this is it. This is the shot on video 6-pack. I love it. Presentation alone. I mean, I'm familiar with the movies, and they're fun. They're really fun. They're goofy. They're intentionally. They're meant to be enjoyed. They're not meant to be nominated for awards. They're meant to be enjoyed and appreciated by movie fans that know the roots and know the influences and things like that. So that's the shot on video 6-pack. I think the next logical place to go from there is to Arrow's He Came from the Swamp. This is the William Grefe collection. William Grefe. That's how Grefé, because it rhymes with buffet. That's how he says it. William Grefe. The William Grefe collection. Now this is 7 movies from the William Grefe drive-in, the drive-in oeuvre, okay? And then it's also They Came from the Swamp, which is the Ballyhoo Motion Pictures documentary about Grefé, about these movies. They Came from the Swamp. That's the documentary feature. And this is the extended version of the documentary feature as well. So that's cool. I know this has been out before. That documentary has been available before, but I believe this is the only place you get the full extended version. So let's go through this really quick. Arrow, so top quality, right? We know the kind of work that Arrow does. Sting of Death, and they all have alternate artwork for the. Each disc is a double feature, so the second feature's artwork is underneath if you want to flip it. So Death Curse of Tartu. By the way, I have been watching these. So much fun. Florida filmmaking, right? Regional Florida filmmaking in the swamps of the Everglades down around that Miami area. Love that stuff. I'm a Southern boy, right? I mean, you look in the backyard, right? Like, this is kind of home territory, right? So I love this kind of stuff. The Hooked Generation and The Psychedelic Priest. By the way, these have introductions with William Grefe. So one of the cool things is that he's still with us, so he can talk to us about his movies. They've got commentaries with Grefe, introductions with Grefe. He's telling stories about, like, yeah, we went out there and, like, the water was too rough to be out there, but we did it anyway. The Naked Zoo and Mako, Jaws of Death. These all are restored as well. Now, when I say restored, they don't look like, a $200 million modern movie. They're drive-in movies. They're being restored from best surviving elements, and these are ultra low budget. So A lot of the color if you have the Al Adamson set, that's a good companion piece. If this had arrived earlier in 2020, it probably would have made my favorites of 2020 list, because it does feel very much like a spiritual brother to the Al Adamson set, though it's not as complete as the Adamson set. So more on that in a second. Here's Whiskey Mountain, and we saw the art for the documentary They Came from the Swamp. But you know I love a booklet, and we have, again, this is like a book. This isn't even a booklet. This is just a straight up book. William Grefe right there on the inner flap. Here, in his own words, a foreword by William Grefe, Draining the Swamp, Inside Florida's Most Notorious Exploitation Filmmaker, by Chris Pugliali, about the restorations, production credits, all that stuff. So over 55 pages of art and essays and interviews, and it's priceless for guys like us, for people like us who love this sort of filmmaking. It's absolutely priceless. And then the cherry on top is this double-sided poster that Arrow has included here. So here's one side of it. Here's Welcome to Florida. It's amazing, right? It's so good. So I absolutely adore this set. And you know what? I will put links in the description of this video to where you can buy this stuff, because I don't want you to have to go hunt. And honestly, if it's an Amazon product, we can get a little bit, we get like, you know, a few pennies on every dollar for every affiliate that we get. And that helps the channel. It helps us to put this stuff back into the budget for the channel, so that when we pick stuff like this up, it defrays the cost. You know what I'm saying? Tremors, Arrow's version of their release of Tremors. Again, equally stunning. This is 4K. So Tremors in 4K, I've watched it. I watched it on 4K. It looks, it looks so good. Anything shot on film, I feel like I have to say this every time I review a 4K. Modern digital shot 4K, yeah, it looks good on 4K. Film is where it's at. It looks priceless. You will not believe it. If you're new to the scene, that's the way to go. We got 6 lobby cards. Do I go through all 6? All right, we'll do it quick. 1, 2. Hopefully they're the right way up, because I can't see. They are. 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 lobby cards. They always kind of tell you what's coming new or what's coming down the line. So we got a Legend promo in here. Check it out. A coupon for Walter Chang's Market. But here offer applies only to persons legally residing no more than 1 mile from Walter Chang's Market on their 10th purchase in the same calendar month. Minimum purchase $50. Offer cannot be redeemed against video rental, hardware, groceries, or alcoholic beverages. So I don't know what you can get there. Maybe you could get maybe a photo with the graboid. So Tremors, the 4K disc. It's got a great like new special feature too. It's about a half an hour to talk to Kevin Bacon, like new footage with Kevin Bacon. Really getting into the production of this movie, stuff that I had no idea. Our bonus disc is it's a Blu-ray, and then we have reversible. The reversible art is this art. I like to have both, you know, have the original art and then the reversible art. Also comes with a heck of a booklet. Let's just do this real quick. We'll just do the fan it out. Hopefully you guys can see that. It comes with a poster, the reversible sided. Boom. Don't drop it. And boom. By the way, this art is from Matt Frank, the guy who did the comic book artist, did the art for the Gamera collection, and I love it. But I feel loyalty to the art that I grew up with. But I have to shout out the excellent work by Matt Frank, and I think. Look, this is also Matt Frank. It's basically the anatomy of a graboid. And it's so good, right? And that's the other side. Again, broken record, right? 2020, physical media. This will continue for so many labels, but just a perfect storm of conditions. Like the stuff that we are being catered to with is absolutely breathtaking. From Arrow Academy, Cinema Paradiso. This is the Italian. I mean, it's a big deal, right? I mean, this is a really, really big deal movie. This is the 4K restoration from Arrow. 2 different cuts of the movie. The new the theatrical version is on 4K. This is disc 1, the theatrical cut. There's a director's cut that's, I think it's like almost 3 hours, and that's on a Blu-ray. Comes with a booklet full of text and information. By the way, the big clock coming from Arrow. Ray Milland, Charles Lawton. I'm already sold on that. But tons of special features. Both Tremors and this have like hours and hours of special features. I feel like I'm running kind of long, so I'm gonna pick up the speed. Vigilante. We talked about this in my favorites of 2020. Blue Underground's commitment to 4K in 2020. Another reason 2020 goes on the books as like a pinnacle for physical media. Blue Underground with all these cult movies on 4K. I mean, look what people are doing. Look what they're bringing us. Tremors on 4K, Cinema Paradiso. It's wonderful. So this is directed by William Lustig, who's the same guy runs Blue Underground. Also directed, oh my goodness, Maniac. I just couldn't think of it for a second. Also directed Maniac. Very dark films, but very good films. Very important films too. So. Check out Fred Williamson and Robert Forster. That was Max Cherry and Jackie Brown. I'm sorry to everyone in the Chicago area. I'm showing you the lenticular cover, and I'm like, and then there's the special features. Lots of stuff. Audio commentary with William Lustig and Andrew Garroni. Audio commentary number 2. William Lustig stars Robert Forster, Fred Williamson, and Frank Pesci. New audio commentary with Troy Howarth and Nathaniel Thompson. New Blue Collar Death Wish. Interviews with writer Richard Viteri. People associated with the film. New Urban Western. Interview with composer Jay Chataway. Bonus collectible booklet with new essay by Michael Gingold. So much goodness in this package. The last movie, as I reach way over, the last movie we're going to talk about is my copy of Crossroads has arrived. We talked about there are 4 retro VHS Blu-ray. You know, the VHS is the slipcover. There are 4 of these that are hitting like around the release date of this video. Again, pre-order links in the description of this, or just links in the video description of this video. But Crossroads is Ralph Macchio. It's Jamie Gertz. It's Joe Seneca. Here, that's better because you can see everybody. This is the VHS art, but this is the more modern art, I guess. A really special movie. This is the movie that introduced a lot of people to Robert Johnson and the Crossroads myth. The Crossroads myth, I did a video. Serial at Midnight has a video about Robert Johnson and the Crossroads. It's our highest viewed video of anything we've ever done. Hundreds of thousands of views. It could be the video that goes to 1 million for us, which is crazy. So this is a special subject for me. I do play guitar. I'm not a professional musician, but I'm an amateur musician. I love music. You know. So this comes from Mill Creek Entertainment. It's a really cool snapshot of the blues and of young Hollywood too, because Ralph Macchio, right, like he's the Karate Kid, and now we're all talking about Macchio again because of the Cobra Kai series. But this comes at such an interesting time. Jamie Gertz as well. Love Jamie Gertz. It's just kind of a special movie. It exists in this special time. So I don't know how else to. It's a magical movie in more ways than one. Is that fair to say? You guys know what I mean. So Crossroads, very excited that that's on Blu-ray. Let's talk about some other stuff really quick. This is a new book. It's kind of an anthology, a horror anthology, Centralia. This has a bunch of modern, very gifted authors, including Adam Caesar, who we did an interview with about Clown in a Cornfield. Just kind of talked about movies for like an hour, right? So if you haven't seen that, I'm going to link to that in the description of this video as well, because I loved talking to Adam. I consider him to be one of the really, He has a YouTube channel. He's filled with integrity, right? I feel like he's really smart. He has a heart for the stuff that we love. You know, there's some people that you get the impression that maybe this is just a job for them. That's not Adam. Adam is a very, very gifted writer, and he loves this stuff. But the premise of this is that there's this town, Centralia, this location, and it's kind of a hub for evil, right? I'm thinking like the Hellmouth in Buffy, you know? But the authors, it's short stories, and each author tackles one of the aspects. So Heath Amodio, another Heath, so you know it must be good, right? Michael Patrick Hicks, Adam Caesar, Brian Keene, Brian Quinn, and Cullen Bunn, comics wonderkind Cullen Bunn. So look, it's a I don't want to say it's a short read. It's an accessible read, right? And I think that there's promise of more. I think this is kind of ground zero for what could be something that is much grander by the time it's played out over the next months, years. So I haven't read it yet. It just showed up, but I'm really excited to dig into this because I have so much respect for so many of the people involved in that. Last, but certainly not least, my pre-order copy of Tom Jones, the complete Decca Studio Albums collection has arrived from the UK. I pre-ordered this as soon as I found out about it, and it's just arrived from the UK. This is Tom Jones at Decca. In the US, his records were released on Parrot, the Parrot label, but in the UK, it was Decca. Very famous, very kind of a legendary record label, and it's 15 of his albums, and then a 2 CD set of singles, B-sides, things like that, things that didn't make it. Because, you know, especially in the 60s, your songs, your leads, your singles would not necessarily be collected on an album. You know what I mean? They'd be 45s. It was the market of the 45. The albums were a different thing altogether. But this is basically everything that Tom Jones recorded at Decca for, I think it's pretty much 1965 to 1975, from the beginning until the mid-70s. So all the hits that you're thinking about, like the It's Not Unusual that Carlton dances to, that's here. Delilah is here. You know what? Let's do by the way, booklet. Again, love a booklet, and it's filled with a lot of interesting text and stuff. What a cool guy too. Like, check out Tom, man. What a cool guy. But let's check out that last disc here. They're all in mini LP like sleeves, which I like these. I think some people don't, but I do. I'm ripping them digitally as well, so they're kind of not in the order that's the first album. So we're talking about releases like What's New Pussycat, Thunderball, the song from the James Bond film Thunderball. Let's see. This is what I'm saying there, like Hide and Seek, The Man Who Knows Too Much. It's a repository for peak. Oh, I don't want to say that. For Era 1 Tom Jones, for OG Tom Jones. So anyway, I can't recommend this to you guys enough. We're going to be talking about Tom Jones kind of a lot in the future because I know what's coming. And what's coming is not just like, look at this new release. There's a lot of... Oh, I've put them in backwards. Dang it. What's coming is... I got a lot of plans for things we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about... You know, 2020 was such a busy year as far as releases because of everything that was going on. But there's so much that's... there's so much to say about the stuff that's already out. We're going to be talking... Bottom line, we're going to be talking a lot about Tom Jones in the next couple of weeks. And just preparing you. I'm just warning you. Get ready to be sexy because it's going to be a sexy conversation, okay? So all this stuff is now out and available, and I'm just really excited about it. What a great time for us to be fans of this stuff. So what do you think about this? What are you going to pick up? What of these have you already picked up, and what do you think about it? Let's continue the conversation in the comments below. This is not meant to be a one-sided me talking to you. I like the conversation. I like the dialogue. Let's recommend things to each other. So thanks to all the labels that released and sent this stuff to Serial at midnight. And thanks to you for watching this video. Take care, and until next time, I will catch you later.